Okay.
We're back.
Yes.
After a week off.
Yes.
Because somebody had a birthday.
Yes, I did.
How was your birthday?
It was actually a very good birthday.
Was it a good birthday? Good.
Yeah,
Nice.
yeah. You and Jake came over and G. We had Mexican
We did.
in the house. We ordered in.
Yep.
And I got a couple of yarny gifts that I will share in goodies. I got a necklace and I failed to put it on. Avery gave me a really beautiful necklace and I failed to put it on before we came up. So I will make certain that I wear it next time. I'm sorry, sweetie.
It's okay.
It's been one of those days, you know.
Dude, it's okay. Like,
air conditioners out of the windows, getting ready for...
Which is why we're at a slightly different angle than normal.
Yes.
A little bit weird, but whatever.
So...
We made it work. Made it work.
Yep.
The lighting in this one is probably going to be bad because...
It's getting late and we haven't moved to regular time. We're still on daylight savings. And in the Northeast, when that happens, it actually starts getting dark around 6 o'clock until they do the time change. And then we lose light. Yeah, we lose light until about, it's dark at what, 4:30?
Yeah, my first job at Target didn't have any windows. So there were periods of time where, and I worked basically full time. So there were periods of time where I was going in at 8ish when the sun was just coming up, and then I was leaving at 4:30 right as it went down, and I like genuinely just didn't see the sun.
Yeah.
It was very not good for me.
It turns around really, I think it turns around really quick. And I would prefer that we not go on daylight savings time. I kind of think it's stupid.
I mean, it's a relic from World War II.
Well, and isn't it supposed to be like the reason people still do it is so the kids aren't waiting at the bus stop in the dark?
Yeah, that's the big proponent that I've heard on like NPR up here is like, well then the kids would have to wait in the dark, and it's just sort of, well, if your kid's that young, should they be at the bus stop by themselves?
Yeah, yeah.
Which is easy for me to say, because I don't have a kid. But yeah, so until we figure out a better lighting situation here, this is what we got.
Yeah, and we're 9, this is our 9th episode, Nueve. And, oops,
right,
snuck
oh my
that
gosh. Welcome. A full, like, 2 minutes in.
Oh, yeah,
to
sorry.
Our podcast.
Yeah.
Fools for Fiber. I'm Avery.
I'm Angie.
We swear.
Yeah.
So if you have kids around, earbuds in. Or if you're like grandmother's in the room, she doesn't like swearing. I don't think we actually swear that much.
We don't.
But we do.
Sometimes
from time
something
to time.
slips.
So, yeah.
And it's not, we would not be authentic if we garnered ourselves. I don't think.
Well, also, yeah, I feel like it does, but it's just, we're not over here, like, dropping F-bombs everywhere. No. But it might happen.
Right.
So, that's that.
Better safe than sorry, right?
For our dear friend, Nicole.
Yep. Time Weaver.
It is episode 9.
And I said Nueve.
Which means it's Nueve.
Yep. Yep. So,
I think that covers all the normal bases.
If you want to find us on social media, we're in the Dropbox. Click show more. All of the info will be there.
Along with the information for our dye business, Thick Skein.
Yep.
I'm not going to make any boastful promises about show notes this week because that bit me in the ass.
Well, we will try. But if you have questions about anything, literally a comment, Avery and I both monitor comments, message us on Instagram.
Or
and
comment
say,
on our
yeah,
show.
or comment on YouTube. Either one. Or comment on the Instagram notification that we for the podcast, because
That's
you
what I
always
meant. Yeah, that's what I meant. I
Yeah.
post a picture. You can talk to us.
Yeah.
Just let us know.
We'll
Say, hey.
answer any question that you've got. Well,
Or, I will accommodate somebody telling me that they like to purl. I see you. And you know what? I respect you. I don't understand. But I respect you.
I don't mind purling if it's a long stripe of pearl, because I can do it Portuguese. But if I am doing a 1x1 rib, not a happy camper.
Listen, I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm not good at learning new things. I am and I'm not. I just figured out how to do for the test knit sock for Demi, the twisted German cast on or something like that.
Yeah.
That took me like so long.
Yeah.
Normally I'm a long tail girl all the way, or like I can do provisional, but that also was a labor of intenseness. So I don't. So
It's
Portuguese purling you've shown me before, and I just sort of was like, I'm good. I'm not saying that it's not better. I'm just like, my brain is very simple and small.
Yeah, Portuguese is actually
Smooth.
I think very, very simple. The German, what did you call it, Gaston?
The twisted German cast on.
Yeah. It's actually very similar to longtail. It's just a different needle motion when you're creating the stitch. Yeah.
I'm stupid.
No, you're not. It's just something
I've just been doing longtail at this point for like...
I'm so sorry.
A decade?
Yeah, probably.
It's been a decade, because that's the one you taught me on. So, like, for me, trying to learn, like, just like, it just falls off, and then you're just sort of sitting there like, ugh.
Yeah.
How was it? I was talking to a friend of mine, and she was talking about, she does pole dancing, and she was talking about how one of the girls in her class just muscles through moves. So, like, you get to a certain point in a, like, flip or whatever, which, like, no. Not me. Let's be real. Not me.
Either. It's wonderful that they can do that, but...
Well, you get into, like, a certain point in the move where, like, you're not... So, like, you only have one hand on the pole or whatever, and, like, it's the most difficult point in the move. She'll, like... Apparently this person will just, like, muscle herself into that position and then stop and be like, what do I do now? And, like, everyone else in the class is like, well, while we figure that out, why don't you put, like, another hand on the pole? Or, like, your leg? Or something, so it's not just you with, like, your elbow, like, hello, this is very uncomfortable. Like, which is just sort of how I feel sometimes when I'm learning a new technique, is I'm just sort of like, no, I'm doing it. Don't know what I'm doing, but I'm doing it. Like, let's go. Let's just screw it. I'm gonna learn to do friggin' this thing, and then, like, an hour later, I'm doing it.
Yeah.
But I failed 18 times, and my roommate's just like, you good? You need tea? You fine? Oh, you did it. And I'm like, yeah, I did. Turn Star Trek back on. Like, it... All of this to say, pole dancing school.
Okay. That could be the title of this
Pole dancing school. And it was really funny, because I shout out to Panajota, who doesn't watch this, but I said something around her to the effect of, like, not my fat ass up on a pole, and she just was like, size has nothing to do with it, like, it doesn't matter how big you are, you can do it if you want to, like, does it? And I just sort of was like, no. Thank you. I appreciate your fat positivity, because it's not a bad word, And big girls and boys and in-betweens can get up on a pole and do whatever the heck they please.
Yes.
But I have back problems. And I can just see it where I'm like, oh yeah, this is great. And the next thing I know, like, someone call an ambulance. I can't move. This is where I live now, on this floor, and then they have to deal with that. So, like, no, not me. But shout out to Paige and her studio for, like, apparently being super inclusive and, like,
Hey.
it's cool. I like that.
No age restrictions or size
No,
restrictions.
they have, like, 60 plus.
Granny, they got granny pole dancers. I know.
They literally do.
I know.
She was just like, yeah, some of the 65 plus girls are, like, real big and they're just up there. And I'm like, yeah. And I'm like, Paige, what? Go. Do it. Get that bucket list done. Or just have fun. I don't know.
Yeah.
Porque no los dos. Do both. That's probably not correct Spanish. I learned it from a commercial. Nicole, let me know. How's my Spanish? It's probably bad. I don't speak Spanish. Just been around Spanish a lot in my life. But on that note,
Yeah.
we should probably start doing the actual, like, knitting portion of the podcast, maybe, perchance.
Probably, since we're probably about 10 minutes in, I think.
Oh, wow, you're good. It's been 10 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
Of me just shooting, I already
The
said
breeze.
a curse. The shit. This is fine. So I don't
have any finished objects.
I have a hoe.
I mean, I have finished objects, but I did not bring any of them with me. I think I've shown them all.
Have you?
I think so.
Your hat? You definitely talked about Lady Catherine.
Yep, I talked about Lady Catherine.
What else have you finished
Um,
recently? If we haven't talked about it before, photos.
I haven't finished anything. I have Demi's chest knit, and you and I are just doomed with that chest knit.
Okay, well that's my hoe. So
Okay, well go ahead.
let's
You
bring
do
out
your
the
hoe.
hoe.
You do your hoe.
Santa's bag here. Hold on. Here we go. Okay. So we're doing this test knit for Demi, who is the Two Gnomes knit.
Yep.
Hi, Demi.
Oh.
Oh, that was probably really unfortunate sounding. I'm sorry. Ooh. I finished it. Kind of.
Well, you finished.
I finished one. And I will say this, the pattern is great. The pattern is very easily understood. Any questions you might have, she has a photo tutorial at the bottom that walks you through the stitch.
Yep.
Very thorough. She even gives you really good links to videos to help you to do the German short row heel and the twisted cast on. Great pattern. I hate this yarn.
Yeah.
It's Nitpick's Stroll.
So when we decided to do the test knit, we went stash diving.
Which is, it's called Fairy Wing Socks.
The sock pattern is Fairy Wing Socks.
This is the stitch pattern. I really like the stitch pattern. I think it's very effective.
And the color, Aegean Heather, I think is the color. The color of the yarn is actually really pretty, but the yarn...
It splits, but it also doesn't split, so you don't want to take it out because it's not that bad, but you still have to deal with it. And then also it's not soft, but it's also not like rustic. You know what I mean? Okay, so if you're not gonna have soft yarn, you want yarn that's gonna feel
It's stiff. It's old acrylic yarn.
so.
But I don't think it's 100% acrylic. I think it's 50-50. So I think it's or the current stroll, I think is 50-50.
This is old.
This is very old.
This is like we went stash diving in a real kind of way. I don't even remember us buying this. It was probably me. I'll be honest. I used to just buy shit on nitpicks. I just said we don't curse that much, and now I've cursed like 80 times.
I
sorry.
actually think this came from Jess.
I don't think so.
You don't?
I don't think so. I was like the worst.
This is a color you would pick.
I was the worst about just going on to nitpicks and being like, oh, that's $3. Thank you. And then like never doing anything with it because I was depressed. So
yeah.
This is cat yarn. I'll be making little mice.
Did you see the little cat origami? No, it knit. It was knit. There's a cat in a paper bag and a cat in a box that Lydia posted on the Discord chat.
No, I did not. That sounds precious.
They are absolutely adorable.
But I meant cat toys.
Oh, these are cat toys. They're teeny tiny little, they're absolutely precious.
I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm just gonna knit probably a hexie puff.
Oh, okay.
And just
Put
shove some stuffing and then some catnip and then some.
Okay.
Because that's what's happened with my beekeeper's quilt so far, is my cat just like, thanks. And then
Okay.
wherever he wants with it. And I have to go find them and oh my god. So, great pattern.
Yes.
I am currently on the hunt for sock yarn that I don't want to burn. But I actually think burning this would be worse for the environment than not burning it. So, we're gonna do something with it, probably to do with my cats, or your cats, somebody's cats. Because no.
So,
No.
I didn't even bring the test knit up.
Yeah, you've been having needle problems.
I have had needle problems. I'm now on my 4th set of needles for this. I am 1.5 inches from beginning the decrease for the toe, and I have dropped stitches on 2 different occasions.
Which, again, I do want to underline the fact that the pattern is great. Do the
Yes.
pattern. When she releases it, get it. You won't be disappointed.
Right.
It's very well
The pattern
written.
is very well
It's
written.
great.
This has nothing to do.
It
This
is
was
just
totally user error. Needle.
Well, the funny part is I literally went to Webs. By the way, I have goodies. Literally went to Webs to get you needles.
Yeah.
Did those not work?
They're currently in use on the sock, and I've dropped stitches.
How did you drop
I have
stitches?
no idea.
Okay, they're circulars. I thought you dropped stitches on
Nope.
the DPNs, because you started out with DPNs and they were really fiddly.
Yes.
Wow.
I don't even want to try. So, I have until November 1 to finish the sock.
Mm.
So, it is sitting in timeout right now because
You just needed a break.
I needed to not look at it.
It's also, I will
And
say...
it has to do with the needles that I was attempting to use, with the yarn that I was attempting to use. It has nothing to do with Demi's pattern. Demi's pattern is fabulous. And you know what? I will say this. Demi's pattern is so good that if we get 100 subscribers, we will gift Demi's pattern to somebody.
I don't know how that works, but subscribe now and we'll figure it out. Cool.
So, there you go.
I will say this for the pattern. It's very easy to memorize the stitch,
Yes.
but also it has this sort of effect that self-striping yarn has, where
Yes.
it's very much like, oh, well, I can just do 2 more rows and get done with this. I can just do 3 more rows and be done with this repeat of the
Yeah.
pattern.
Yeah.
And it's which means that it actually goes really fast. So once you pick it back up and you stop having problems, fingers crossed, knock on wood.
Yeah, I will have it finished for our next for our next
Oh,
episode.
are we committing to that?
Yes, I will commit to having it finished by our next episode.
You heard it here, folks.
I just needed...
You needed a break, and that's fine.
And again, I don't want anybody to think that it has anything to do with the pattern. It is not the pattern.
We're just cursed. This is why we don't go stash diving.
We both used really old stash for this.
Like, so old. I literally went into your Ravelry stash and was just like, okay, we need to use some of this. So instead of going somewhere to buy yarn,
Yep.
I'll use some of the stuff that we've had for years. And now I'm just sort of sitting here like, oh, right, that's why I don't do this. Because
Yeah.
I had really bad taste once upon a time.
Yeah.
So,
So,
but that's the closest thing to a finished project I have.
yeah, I don't have any.
Well,
No, nothing.
again, me coming through with at least something. Got any works in progress that you want to share?
I did bring 3 works in progress.
Go on,
the
then.
ones that I've worked on this week.
Go
Yes.
on.
Okay.
Get it.
All right. So
Jeez.
I lost a shawl.
But you found her again.
I did find the shawl. Not this shawl. I found the shawl that I was going to gift someone for Christmas.
Right.
But I found it after I started knitting this shawl.
I like this yarn.
That yarn is 100% acrylic. And it is a pain in the ass to work with.
Never mind, I don't like this yarn.
It is a Cascade.
Well, maybe I do like the yarn.
I think it's called Denim Heather.
I do love me some Cascade.
But it's there like cheapo. Webbs has it on a wall by the garage. Like by Grandpa's back in the back.
You can find some good stuff back there. But yeah, no, I know what you're talking about.
So the name of the pattern, sorry, I'm in the middle of a row and I probably should have. The name of the pattern is called Home Tree. And it looks like tree rings.
Oh, and it's got like a cable in the middle.
Yeah, there's a cable in the center.
Oh, that's really cute. And it also look like this is pretty. Is this chunky?
This is a worsted weight.
Really?
Yeah, on size 10s.
Okay, size 10. So I was like, it looks chunky.
And when you block it, it gets this like really like lacy look.
Yeah, because it's on size 10s. That's
Yeah.
worsted.
So, and at the bottom, like when it's actually finished,
Mm-hmm.
this cable splits off,
Oh.
and there's like lace work in the center that's supposed to mimic roots.
I mean, it looks really pretty so far.
So I'm tickled by, and so even though I found the shawl, I'm not gonna undo this. I might just add it to somebody else's Christmas. Somebody who needs acrylic that doesn't really
They're knit worthy, but they're not wool worthy.
deal with
Because those
Yarn
are two different
care.
things.
Yarn
you
care.
you can love
Or-
somebody enough
yes.
to knit something
Yes.
for them, but not trust them with yarn that is fancy.
Yes. So
That is when acrylic is your best friend, or children.
I apologize for opening this bag, but
Just do it. Rip the Band-Aid. Wow, yours was not nearly as bad as mine.
so
This might need another photo for G to put in.
this is a birthday present.
Oh. Does she watch our podcast?
I don't think so.
So,
And this is my own color work
it's very pretty.
design.
Oh.
So we'll see how that turns out.
Oh.
And then the
Out
last
here.
item is another sock.
Uh-huh.
And these are size 2s. And this is sock weight yarn.
Nice.
And I don't think you're going to be able to see it. It's actually a 6x2 rib with a funky stitch in the center of the...
I think we might have to take a photo
Yeah.
of it and the, so you should tell the story about the hat too though, because it's kind of, or does she watch?
What hat?
Hat you're making.
Oh, I don't think she watches. What? Oh, well, I
Tell the story about why you made up an entire pattern.
So one of my best friends since we moved here to New England is she's from here, from the area we live in. And I have knit her one other thing in 11 and a half years that we've been here. She has not worn it once.
That you know of.
Because she does not wear shawls.
Right.
And she does not wear knitted hats.
No.
She wears a leather hat that was her dad's in the wintertime. So I have just not knit her anything else because it was obvious that
I mean, and it's not like she didn't like it.
No,
it's just
no,
like
she loved it and she thanked me, and I've knit many things for her great nieces and great nephews.
right.
I have every baby item that I've knit almost has been for one of her
The fox
siblings.
sweater?
Yes. So I've knit for the family. I've just not knit for her.
Both of the fox sweaters.
Yes, both of the fox sweaters. And there's a new baby that was just born a few days ago. So, yes. So, anyway. And I got a sweet picture of Colby in the strawberry shortcake fox sweater.
You should show me that.
So, I will. So, anyway, we were at breakfast a couple of weeks ago. And she mentioned seeing the Lady Catherine hat on Facebook. And said, now I would wear that. And I knew when she said that,
Dropping the
that was her telling me I would wear that hat. That particular item. I would put that that on my head. So I decided she wears loads of blues and greens. She wears other colors, reds as well, but primarily blues and greens.
I was about to say, isn't there red in there?
Nope,
No?
it has a yellow.
I'm thinking of the other one. But
yes, the Lady Catherine has a red in
it.
Okay. So I took the Celtic knot area from the Lady Catherine.
Mm-hmm.
And I took a star motif that was 18 stitches wide and turned it into a star motif that was 24 stitches wide. And then I did a tree motif at the crown. So I'm hoping that she will like it as much as the Lady Catherine.
I think she'll love it.
I think the colors are absolutely beautiful. When I work on color work, I tend to work really fast because I think it's that Moorish, like striped socks, wanting to see what the next row does to the pattern, to the garment. I think, and I don't know this for sure, but I do feel like it's almost like
You keep talking, I'm going to close the window.
it's almost like a trying to think of the word, muscle memory. You know, there's something generational there, as silly as that might sound. So anyway, that's my take on why I enjoy doing colorwork hats. My goal is to do a yoke sweater, one of Marie Wallen's yoke sweaters, in the first part of this year, 2021.
I mean, we're getting into wish knit territory now, though.
Yes, and then for my birthday next year, casting on a full body colorwork sweater.
So much.
That's, but it's what I want to do.
Hey, go off, man.
So these
all
are
that
called
say-
Skype Simple Sweater. Skype Simple Sock. We'll have all of this.
At some point in the notes.
The projects will be linked. They are Ravelry, but if you have any questions,
We've covered that. Please
Right.
contact us. We'll answer you. If you have any suggestions for Ravelry alternatives, please let us know.
and
I
we are
haven't seen
looking
any.
at what we can do on our website in order to put our projects there. We just Avery and I both are working full-time jobs as well as thick skein.
And currently just sort of is like, unfortunately, going with the flow. If even one person is like, actually, it would be really nice, we'll do it. It's just like currently,
Right.
because we don't know if you want it.
Or if you need it.
Or, yeah, either way, like, regardless.
Right.
But,
Yeah.
we've touched on that.
Yeah.
So, who's socks for?
I just saw the pattern and thought it was really cute, and I don't know.
Cool.
I just thought I would make them.
I like the color. It's a cute color.
Yeah. So
Nice.
so that's that. That's all mine.
Nice.
What have you got?
Only two things. Because
It's okay.
I finished
Two
the
things are-
socks.
Not bad.
I was also trying really hard to get the sock done because I wanted to make sure that I didn't put it down, because I have a tendency to put things in timeout and then they stay there. So for me,
Yeah.
like, kind of had to not go into timeout. But, and we did do a interview with Nicole at Thyme Weaver, so if you've watched hers, you've already seen this.
Yes. And if you haven't,
You
we'll
should.
link it.
Yeah.
We'll link it below.
We'll link her and it below. But, so I decided to learn colorwork.
She's doing a really good job.
And
It's actually really, really cool.
this is my first piece of colorwork. It is the Gaze Cowl. I'll make sure to link my project page below so you can go and check it out. It's a paid pattern, and it is a Christmas knit for G, who is the lovely bird behind editing all of this. But essentially a couple of months ago, we were, can't even remember what we were doing, but they saw this pattern, and we both really like this podcast called The Magnus Archive. So within the Magnus Archive, Too Long Didn't Read, Fear personified into evil, whatever, blah 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 blah, taking over the world, blah 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 blah. One of the major themes is this entity called the Ceaseless Watcher, who's a big eye, in case you're seeing where this is going. And G just made like an offhand comment that they were like, wouldn't it be really cool if somebody took that pattern and like made like a ceaseless watcher cowl. So like, guess what their Christmas present is? And this is another situation where I just sort of, I'm pretty sure I'm not doing it right.
No, you are. Why do you think you're not?
Because I watched a 10-minute video.
On what?
Color work.
Okay.
And that's it.
But that's, it's right. We looked at the floats.
Right, I just don't think that I don't think, she hasn't sat and watched me do it. I feel like she would have a lot of statements to make if she watched me knit this. All is to say, the effect is what I'm going for, so I don't care if I'm doing it wrong.
I don't think you can do it wrong. I mean, if you're getting knit stitches, then I think you're doing, and your floats are getting caught.
Right.
I don't think you are doing it wrong. I think that goes back to that whole, do you knit continental? Do you knit English?
Well,
or throw a picker?
So here's the thing. I can't figure out how to hold both of the yarn in one hand. So one of them is constantly not in my hand. And I have to stop and switch. Which is why I say that I think I'm doing it wrong. Or at the very least, we'll say it this way so that you don't feel like I'm putting myself down. I am not doing it the easiest way possible.
Okay. Alright. You're not doing it the most efficient way possible. It's not
Is it
really
effective? Yes. Is it efficient? Probably not.
right.
Because I'm not particularly fast and I can't put it down quickly. Like, putting this down, I have to, like, very specifically, like...
Yeah.
But
that's with any color work. And I think you've done the important thing. I try to use needles that are just too long.
just too long?
Because it forces me
Or just too short?
No, just too long.
Why?
Because then my floats are not tight. So it doesn't pucker. It doesn't get drawn.
Oh, I was worried that my floats are too loose.
No.
Oh, well then.
Because when you soak it for it,
For these... Here are my floats. Apparently this is a thing people do with color work.
yeah, it
Here's
is.
my floats. See, you can see the eyeballs on the inside. Mom says that that's what's supposed to happen. So... Am I a yarn tuber yet?
Yes, we're yarn tubers.
See the little eyes on the inside. It is kind of cool. I'm not gonna lie. Like, it's pretty nifty. But, like...
But I think I always
I
use...
have to be careful because I will just end up knitting this. It's happened at work. I'll look at it too long and the next thing I know I'm like, I'll just do like 3 stitches and then 2 rows later I'm like, oh shit.
It's very addictive. Color work is very addictive.
I also have only been letting myself finish one eye and then I have to work on something else for a while because otherwise I won't.
Because you want to see
Because
what
I
it
want
looks
to.
like.
No, it's not even. I'm like it's just very. I've also talk about that after. I like color work. Surprising no one. I knew I was gonna like color work. I like color work. Only other thing I've been working on is Jake's flax, which is getting bigger. We have reached the point where we've done the fade into the green. I don't know if that's showing, but so the rest of the body, which is going to be about 30 rows, I think I did the math. 30 more rows on the body, and then the ribbing. So 40 max. more rows on the body, and then we'll be done, and I can do the arms, which, like, I don't actually have an issue with sleeves in the same way that a lot of people do, unless they're separate from the body. Like, with G's sweater, when I made that one, the arms were probably the easiest part. With the sweater that shall not be named, which I have not yet been able to bring over here because I just keep forgetting because I am a fallible human.
No, I think it's because you don't, you're so put out with it that you just don't want to.
Well, now I can't find one of the body pieces, so I'm just sort of like,
just bring me the yarn and the pieces that you can find.
all of this to say, that one, finishing each piece of that pattern, I hate piecework. Oh my god. Why? I never realized that I was so passionate about it, but here I am, just like, why? We've covered this before. I'm sorry, you probably don't care. All this to say, it's a big boy. And this is Jake's Christmas. And he's very excited about it. And this is what I knit while we watched Bly Manor, which if you haven't watched it, you should watch it. Because it's just knitting.
Yep.
It's just straight knitting, and I didn't even have to look at it for most of it.
I'm on episode 5. It's actually a really good show.
Yeah. It's really funny. Like, 2 episodes in, she was like, I don't know. I'm too country for this. I would just leave. And I'm like,
Well,
no, you wouldn't. No, you wouldn't.
Yeah.
Really, really. Look at me and tell me that if there was 2 children whose only familial tie was straight up abandoning them as far as you could tell, that you would just leave.
Probably not.
I'm not saying they don't act like really shit kids if you don't have all of the information, but I am saying that you would not leave. This is the thing about Bly Manor that I really like, and this is not knitting at all, is that it's not, like, this is not, like, stupid white lady in a horror movie. Like,
No,
Danny's not sticking
no.
around for no reason. Like, her entire purpose here is to help these kids. And she's doing her damnedest.
Yeah.
And it's like, you know what? Danny is a different breed. She just, every time, like, because my roommates and I definitely burned through it in, like, 3 days. And the only reason it wasn't 1 day is because we started pretty late in the evening on a work night. And I straight up told them, it's like, we have to go to bed. Because with Hill House, we didn't go to bed. And Jake and I both went to work the next morning with like 3 hours of sleep. So, all this to say, this is TV knitting at this point.
It's actually turning out really well.
I keep looking at it and being like, this is so huge. And then I'm like, Jake's not a small boy.
No, he's not.
He's like 6'1".
Mm-hmm.
6'1". Very,
Maybe
very...
6'2".
I don't think he's 6'2". I'm gonna get home and ask him, and he's gonna be like, actually, I'm 6'3". And I'm gonna be like... But yes, that's where we are with the flax. I'm not going to say that it'll be finished by the next time you guys see me, but I am going to say that we've started watching Star Trek. And this is excellent TV knitting. So we're entering that phase of COVID quarantine where we're just going to watch the 80 episodes of the original series of Star Trek, and I want to know why Kirk keeps smirking for no reason.
Yes.
Dear Mr. Shatner, 1, why are you shiny like that? 2, why are you smirking? I don't know, but it's funny.
Wow.
What?
I'm just thinking about...
Also, Spock. It's so funny because everybody's always like, Spock is so emotionless. And I'm like, are you kidding? That man is smug in every scene. every scene he's in, he's just like, Captain, I do believe. And you're just like, no, actually, I'm Bones, who's just like, what the heck is wrong with you? What's wrong with you? What's wrong with you? And you're just like... But they're also very needlessly, like, dramatic. Yeah. So, that's the two things that I've been working on.
Well, you should show him your hedgehog.
Well, that's in the goodies portion of the event.
Oh, sorry. Well, we can go to goodies
We
now.
can go to goodies. You have goodies. Do you
No,
have
go
goodies?
for it. You do goodies first.
I know.
Okay.
Goodies first.
So my goodies are I got this bag.
It's very cute.
It's pumpkin spice latte print with sheepies on
Little
it.
sheepies.
It's a Fates thread.
It's very cute.
It's got
this is a pocket.
Yeah, it's a plastic pocket, so you can put things like your needle, like
Your notions.
yeah, in the plastic pocket and see them.
I want it.
And
I like it. It's very cute.
And I'm trying to.
It's got coffee beans on it.
Yeah.
I have gone on this entire YouTube rabbit hole that is James Hoffman's YouTube channel, and that man is who I want to be when I grow up. Because I want to be that ridiculous about coffee. That's all I have to say about that.
So, and then for my birthday, Jake got me that set of yarn.
It's by Wonderland Yarn. It is the Mad Hatter set. It is sport weight, and it's 100% superwash merino.
And G got me this little notion pouch, and these little, I got like 6 or 7 little stitch markers with kitty cats on them.
They're very cute.
Yeah.
It was very decisive. Yeah, very like, this is for Angie.
And then one other thing that I got.
Oh no, the color morph. Mad Hatter is the yarn weight, is their base, and then the color morph would be the Slithy Serpent, number 42.
And I got this bag, and it is a Birdie and Poppet.
It's very
from
pretty.
the UK. But it came in the mail, and I don't know who sent it to me.
Got little mushrooms on it. I
Yeah.
like it. It's cute.
I love it.
I want people to just randomly send me bags.
I have no idea who sent it to
It's
me.
so precious.
So whoever sent it, thank
It's
you
got
very
birch
much.
trees on it. You love
yes,
birch
I love
trees.
birch trees. So whoever sent it has to know me because how much I love birch trees.
I would love to say that it
But
was me.
It's from the UK.
It was not.
Birdie and Poppet. But I have no idea. So, love it. And that's it. That's my goodies.
Well,
I mean, you brought me yarn from Webb's, but
you asked for it. So I don't know if
yes.
So the first thing would be this little hedgehog bag that my mom got me, which is currently housing the yarn for Jake's sweater. It is actually meant to like house socks or something, but I was doing the stripes and I needed something to keep the two together, and like it just sort of was like very.
No, I think it's actually perfect for that because it's a ball sack, and it's good for holding.
Yeah, I might actually move the color work into this.
Yeah,
because
I think that would be a good idea. Because I think it would
about to be done with the gray,
keep you from
getting it tangled.
Yeah.
But this was on
Chevy Rails. It's Jalen.
Jalen?
Yeah.
I think so. But it was kind of funny because I saw her talking about, and I love hedgehogs. Love hedgehogs. I've always wanted a hedgehog. Will not have a hedgehog now I have a cat. I feel like that would not go well. He's violent. But I was watching her podcast and she brought hers out and I was just like, oh my god, I need that in my life. I don't know why this is reading as blue. This is purple. But I messaged Mom and I was like, did you see the hedgehog bag on Chevy's podcast? And she was like, don't buy it. I already got it for you. Because they're like $10 or something?
12.
Like $12 for these.
Yeah.
And they're very well made. They're very cute. It was like this little 10-year-old girl who was making them.
8.
8? I thought she was
She's
10.
8.
Okay.
Like,
Regardless, she's ridiculously young. I feel old, and I've been wasting my life because she's been making these at 8, and I can't sew a straight line.
I mean, I'm sure
So-
her mother, Lisa, I think her name's Lisa, is helping her, but still,
It's very cute.
this
All of this to
child.
say, I also have opinions on the fact that, like, she's actually getting to spend the money on things for herself instead of it being a thing where it's like she's donating the money, because like I personally just have opinions about the fact that we expect children to fix the problems of the world when like it's really like, no, let her fucking adopt a fucking guinea pig.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yes.
It's not like I'll just teach your children to be kind, but also teach your children that they matter too, I guess is what I'm trying to say
Yes.
with that statement, because I just feel like we keep having
Yeah.
getting off topic. I love this. I'm very happy about it. Just, I look at his little face. Look at that little face. I can't.
We'll link you to their Etsy shop.
Yes. And if she puts any more up, you should totally grab one. It's very well made. Very cute. Like it a lot. 10 out of 10 would purchase again.
I would too.
Not sponsored.
Not at all.
Not even a little bit.
Nope.
So,
But very thankful to Chevis
yes. Thank
for mentioning it in her podcast, because I immediately went right then. Like, I was Googling, like, hunting for
you. Yeah.
this on Instagram while I was still watching Chevis.
So, when we went to get this stuff for you and also the needles, we went to buy me needles.
You got other stuff.
I did. It's kind of funny because we got there and we each had a pretty, it was a time. Long story short, we got there 15 minutes before Webb's closed. And then after we left Webb's, I proceeded to scratch up my car. And it was just like a series, one of those days where it's like, bad things keep happening, but it's like not as bad as it could have been. Like, we made it to Webb's, but we only had 15 minutes. I didn't, like, completely cave in my door, but the scratch is not small. You haven't even seen it, have you?
No.
It's great. But I went from a Fiat to a normal, like, Elantra, and it took me, like, 8 months to even ding it a little bit. Just when I dinged it a little bit, I dinged it a lot of it. All this to say, with like 5 minutes to spare, I looked over and went, I'm gonna make an impulse purchase. So, oh wow, this is mine.
Nice.
Now, it's got little sheepies on it. And I'm going to learn to spin on this. Drop spindle. And I initially went back there to just get like one of these. But, which this is just a merino. Like pink. I like pink. This does not have, oh, the lighting, why? And it's, I don't know any of the terms because I don't know what I'm doing yet, but.
I think it's called a tops, I think.
I don't know. But I grabbed this and then I looked over and this was on sale. So, this is Malabrigo. It's one of their braids in the Azules colorway. It's their Nubie, whatever. I love this colorway in their yarn. So when I saw that they had it in their, would this be roving? It's roving, right?
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
I just feel like there's probably a different term for it since it's in this.
It's a braid, a roving braid.
Well, I just was like, this is mine now. So, this came home with me. I haven't touched it yet because I keep telling myself that I need to finish something before I start something else. But, yeah. So that's what we're going to be doing.
Very good.
I'm excited. It's very soft. But yeah.
I think it's really cool. I wish I knew how to drop spindle, but every time I have tried.
So, it's funny because So apparently there's multiple ways you can do the whole drop spindle thing. All of which are not what I thought people were doing. I thought it was like a yo-yo. And maybe people do it like a yo-yo where it's like constantly suspended and you're just like constantly like.
No, I think you have to like.
So it's. I thought it was a situation where you had the yarn. Thank you. You had the yarn connected to here, and then essentially as you were spinning it, it went down here and then it wound.
No, you have to.
You stop,
and wind
park it, and then wind it, and then. So I finally saw a video of somebody doing it that way and went, oh, I could do that. I can't yo-yo to save my life.
Yeah. You should watch some of Ange Yarn and Yarns.
I did.
She does a lot of drop
No,
spindling.
I did. I did.
Okay.
Thanks, Ange. You literally caused me to look it up, and then the next time I went to Webb's, this is what happened. Thank you. My purse hates you, but I'm like, oh yeah, this is great. When it's got sheep on it, like it was only
Just wait till you start buying the really nice Turkish spindles like she purchased. Have you seen those?
I have. I've been watching her vlog
Where
or
she-
Vlogtober. Have you been watching her Vlogtober?
Yeah. Did you see the little turtles that come out of the?
Yes. Yes, I did. And I was like, wait a second. And then I saw her with her like guided one where it's like got a little thing and you do it like that. And I was like, hold on a second. I don't think I've been watching this right. And then the Woolies, which is another podcast that I really like, they were talking about it, and one of them has really both of them, but like one of them has really gotten into it, and I was like, surely there must.
Yeah, I bought.
So
I'll get it out to show you. I bought a 30.
Do you have like
a
a
sampler of 30 different types of roving or fiber for Clive and I to learn how to spin with.
Oh, I've also been watching Sweet Georgia did a video on spinning with her electric spinning wheel.
Yeah.
And it was really interesting because the way she had it situated I thought might do you and Clive better than the way you were doing it.
Was it up higher?
No. So you know how you've been looking at it like this?
Yeah.
She's been having it like that. So like instead of you facing it like this,
Yeah.
you face it like this,
Oh, wow.
which would change the angle and it allows you to see what's going on here better.
Interesting.
I don't know. I've never used one of those things.
Yeah.
But
Dad and I both want to try and figure out spinning. And we bought all 3 kinds of spinning implements.
yeah, and
There's
I have a spinning wheel in my room, and it just sort of sits there and stares at me because I feel like if I could get the technique of drawing, which I feel like this will help me.
drafting. Yeah.
This is how bad. If I could get that technique down, I would be able to. But
Yeah, we can't draft for crap.
all that to say,
Good. I hope that you actually
maybe I'll try before the next time. You finish Demi's sock, and I will have some yarn.
ooh.
Challenge thrown down.
Okay.
I think I'm gonna enjoy mine more because you have to deal with your needles.
I have to tink back because I drop stitches.
Oops.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's so we have goodies, we have whips, we had no FOs.
No.
It was your birthday. Is that everything? We have.
Yeah, I think that's everything.
Do we have a shop update? Or just keep an eye on our Insta for more info?
Keep an eye on our Instagram for more info. I think we will probably have a shop update.
Information next time?
I know we will have 2 Thanksgiving colorways and a Christmas colorway the 1st of November.
Okay, so
But I do believe we have another couple of colors we're going to launch
we're
before
so
then.
bad at telling you guys
Yeah,
when to click
I'm
off
sorry.
because I'm trying to figure out if it's even happening and she just keeps going.
Oh well.
So no shop update this time, but
No, I
next
didn't. I didn't bring it up with me.
Next time.
Yep.
So until next week.
Yeah. Play with fiber as often as you can.
Maybe grab a drop spindle.
Yeah. Do something you enjoy. Have a cup of tea.
Just, watch a 10-minute video and teach yourself color work. Here's what my roommate said to me when I was first trying it. What's the worst that could happen? So just enjoy yourself.
And if you don't enjoy it,
Don't do it.
don't do it. Knitting, fiber's supposed to be fun. It's not supposed to be labor. So, thanks for being here.
Yeah, thanks for being here. We will see you next week.
Yeah.
Same bat time, same bat channel.
Ooh, there's another another title.
Same bat time, same bat channel. Because we're nerds.
Bye, guys.
Bye.